Under the blazing sun of the savannah, the storm of survival never ceases. The leopard hides high above, with the cold gaze of a solitary hunter. While the king always stands tall. The lion echoes its roar while the clan of spotted hyenas spreads their sly laughter. A clash is about to unfold. The Cape buffalo forms a living fortress, with dozens of steel-like horns ready to tear through anyone daring to challenge. Beneath the murky water, the Nile crocodile lies still as stone, yet its mighty jaws are poised to snap shut at any moment. And the black mamba watches as its venom spreads through the veins of those that falter. But the elephant is the unstoppable tank, crushing everything in its path. Hunger and thirst are the spark of life, or the final mark for those too weak to keep up. Sun, wind, and blood, the symphony of the ultimate predators. Do you think the leopard's stealth and ambush or the lion's strategic teamwork will have a higher chance of success? Leave your prediction in the comments. Amid the arid lands of northeastern South Africa, a legacy was born out of history's disputes and the struggles of conservation. Kruger National Park was officially established in 1926, but its roots go back to 1898, when Paul Kruger pushed for the protection of the Sabi Game Reserve. Over more than a century, these wildlands have been united into a seamless conservation ecosystem spanning 19,623 square kilometers, equal to the size of Slovenia. The park stretches nearly 360 kilometers from north to south, crossing the two provinces of Limpopo and Mpumalanga. To the east, it is bordered by the Lebombo Mountains. Its northern edge meets Zimbabwe along the Limpopo River, while the south reaches the Crocodile River. Rivers like the Sabie and Letaba cut across the land from west to east, shaping deep valleys and rugged gorges. The terrain of Kruger is a blend of low-lying plains, deep valleys, and granitic hills called koppies, which rise like fortresses across the savannah. The elevation ranges from 177 to 839 meters, with the highest point near Bergendal Camp. Along the Lebombo Ridge, veins of granophyre rock curve like the fossilized shell of an ancient creature. Life here spreads out like a finely woven tapestry. Kruger National Park is home to more than 147 species of mammals, including the iconic Big Five. Over 500 species of birds, from year-round residents to seasonal migrants, soar between the treetops and waterways. Around 120 species of reptiles, 50 species of freshwater fish, and more than 30 species of amphibians are part of this intricate food web. In addition, about 2,000 species of native plants cover the landscape, from golden grass savanna and thorny scrublands to lush riverine forests that form the green backbone of the entire ecosystem. But when the dry season arrives, this diversity turns into a double-edged sword as water and food vanish across the savannah. From May to September, Kruger National Park enters the harshest stretch of the year. Days remain warm under radiant sunshine, but nights can drop below 10 degrees Celsius, especially in the low-lying areas near rivers. The land grows bare as the grass fades to yellow, and many trees shed their leaves, exposing vast stretches of open ground. Streams and small ponds gradually disappear, with only a few perennial rivers like the Sabie and the Letaba keeping their flow. The landscape becomes unforgiving, yet at the same time reveals the relentless movements of survival unfolding at the heart of nature. Short-range migrations are one of them. Though not as massive as the Maasai migration to the Serengeti, the herds still follow their own routes in search of fresh grass and the last remaining water. They move toward the perennial rivers, where life continues to hold on amid the dry landscape. These journeys often stretch for tens to hundreds of kilometers, crossing the sun-scorched savanna, open woodlands, dry thorn scrub, and even drained wetlands. Under the scorching sun and cracked earth of the park, the blue wildebeest begins its relentless journey of survival. They are the pioneers, leading the migration for hundreds of kilometers in search of fresh grass and the last remaining pools of water. The herds of wildebeest stretch out like a silver-gray river gliding across the savanna, marking the start of the largest movement of the dry season. On average, an adult blue wildebeest measures between 1.7 and 2.4 meters in length, stands about 1.2 to 1.5 meters tall at the shoulder, and weighs between 180 and 190 kilograms, 250 kilograms. Both males and females carry curved horns that sweep outward and downward, ranging from about 33 to 83 centimeters, used for defense and competition during mating. Their silvery blue-gray coat is what gives them the name blue, helping them reflect heat and reduce the absorption of the sun's radiation during the dry season. Wildebeest rely almost entirely on short grasses. When vegetation turns dry and brittle, the nutrients in the grass, especially nitrogen and phosphorus, decrease significantly, forcing them to migrate. A 2024 study from Wake Forest University showed that wildebeest usually move ahead of zebra to take advantage of the most nutrient-rich grass. This early movement is not only biological, but also strategic, ensuring they secure the energy they need before other species arrive. Their bodies are built for long journeys. Long, sturdy legs with durable tendons allow them to travel hundreds of kilometers without exhaustion. Their liver and stomach are adapted to process dry, nutrient-poor grasses better than many other grazers, a crucial advantage when fresh grass is scarce. Even their reproductive cycle is shaped to withstand harsh conditions. The mating season occurs at the end of the rainy period, around February to March, ensuring calves are born at the start of the next rainy season. Gestation lasts about 8.5 months. Most females give birth at nearly the same time, creating a calf reign, which overwhelms predators by producing more newborns than they can target, a strategy known as predator swamping. A calf can stand within 5 to 7 minutes after birth and begin following the herd within just a few hours. But no wild survival journey is ever easy, as lions lurk near the last watering holes and wild dogs pursue those who fall behind. The tight cohesion of the herd becomes a living shield. A 2023 study by Tawiri warned that habitat fragmentation and man-made fences have disrupted traditional migration routes. This forces the wildebeest to take detours, increasing both risks and energy loss. Joining the wildebeest in this survival journey are the plains zebras. Plains zebras weigh around 200 to 350 kilograms and stand about 1.2 to 1.4 meters tall at the shoulder. Their strong legs are built for walking over hard, rocky ground, and their sharply contrasting black and white striped coats set them apart. A 2024 study by the Wildlife Conservation Society noted that zebras in Kruger have shadow stripes between the main black and white stripes on their hindquarters, which help reduce mosquitoes and biting flies. Zebras always move alongside wildebeest, relying on their superior eyesight to detect predators early. Meanwhile, the wildebeest provide cover for the zebras on the grasslands. Zebras often remain toward the back of the herd when danger is near. A 2025 study by Princeton University on risk perception showed that zebras raise their vigilance levels in habitats with tall shrubs, as these are ideal hiding spots for leopards and wild dogs. During the dry season, zebras usually choose short, open grasslands, since these allow clear visibility, and when they detect movement, they can react by running more swiftly. Their feeding rate is quite high compared to their body size because zebras are hindgut fermenters, digesting food in the cecum and large intestine, which allows faster processing. Unlike buffalo or wildebeest, they lack multi-chambered stomachs for prolonged fermentation, so they must graze continuously to meet their energy needs. According to the Behavior Guide to African Mammals, 2023, zebras spend about 50 to 60% of the day grazing when conditions are favorable. In the dry season, when food is scarce, this can rise to 70 to 80% of their daytime activity. Though they do not cross rivers as often as antelope, zebras still face water shortages and increasing predator pressure. A comparative study on water dependency between zebras and sable antelope showed that during the dry season, zebras need to drink every 1 to 2 days, whereas sable antelope can go longer. In terms of migration and movement, zebras in Kruger do not travel as far as wildebeest, but instead make seasonal and local shifts, following fresh grazing areas and water sources. The study, There and Back Again, A Zebra's Tale, documented that during the dry season, zebras frequently move between grazing grounds and water points, maintaining a wide home range. When threatened, they run in zigzag patterns and vary their speed to confuse predators. Stallions defend their harems by biting and kicking if leopards or wild dogs come too close, especially when foals are nearby. Although they do not migrate on a large scale, the southern giraffes of Kruger National Park quietly shift their behavior as the dry season arrives. From May to September, when short grasses wither and the lower layer of vegetation disappears, they move toward open woodlands and riverbanks, where trees still hold onto green leaves. With necks extending more than 2 meters and overall height reaching over 5.5 meters, southern giraffes can easily access the higher canopy, a feeding zone few species can reach. This ability to stand and feed is their signature nutritional strategy. Research by the South African National Biodiversity Institute shows that southern giraffes spend more than 70% of daylight hours browsing leaves, mostly from Fabaceae family trees that are rich in water and protein. During the dry season, ruminating, chewing cud, happens more in the late afternoon and at night to conserve both water and energy. They can go without drinking for days thanks to the water content in leaves, but still need to reach surface water to replenish minerals. However, their very height becomes a weakness when it comes to drinking. To lower their heads, they must splay their legs wide or kneel forward, a posture that destabilizes the body and narrows their field of vision. A physiology study published in the Journal of Experimental Biology in 2025 revealed that southern giraffes possess a specialized carotid artery valve system that regulates blood pressure when their heads are lowered, preventing brain damage. Even so, this posture leaves them vulnerable to ambush predators near the water's edge. Their heightened vigilance compensates for their bulk. Southern giraffes often pause and scan the landscape before moving. When they sense danger, even a sudden neck flick or a sharp ear movement can serve as an alert to nearby impalas or wildebeests. Within the dry season ecosystem, they are not hunters themselves, but they play the role of sentinels, acting as radar towers across the savanna. Meanwhile, the giant tanks of the savanna move in parallel with the migrating herds. The massive frame of the African elephant in Kruger National Park is a symbol of nature's raw power, with an adult weighing up to 6 to 7 tons. Each day, elephants consume as much as 136 kilograms of roots, grasses, fruits, and tree bark during the dry season, according to Kruger Park News 2025. They follow no fixed routes, but elephants always know where water can be found. They travel guided by memory, under the wise leadership of experienced matriarchs. GPS tracking studies show that family groups remain loyal to traditional areas, but will adjust their paths when food runs low or rainfall becomes erratic. Males live apart from family groups, joining only during mating seasons. When an elephant in the herd collapses, the others often stop, sometimes standing still as if in silent tribute. During the dry months, when pans and ponds turn to dust, elephants dig with their tusks to reach underground water. This not only sustains them, but also provides hope for other species that gather to share the resource. In terms of water needs, elephants drink between 100 and 200 liters every 2 to 3 days to avoid severe dehydration, according to the International Fund for Animal Welfare 2025. Their milk is rich in water, and the leaves they consume contain moisture, which helps them endure prolonged dryness. In the dry season, elephants expand their home range to access scarce resources. The study, Seasonal Variation in Home Range Sizes and Daily Movements 2025, noted that their ranges are broader in the rainy season, though the extent also varies by gender. They shift their diet flexibly, moving from grasses in the rains to preferential browsing during the dry months. The study, Social and Seasonal Factors Contribute to Shifts in Male, reported that feeding on stems, bark, and roots makes up a larger share of their diet in the dry season, reducing competition with other ruminants. Elephants protect their young with strong social structures. Female elephants often form a defensive circle around calves when threats appear. They flap their trunks, fan their ears, and even toss dust to drive off intruders. Other females will also help safeguard calves that stray, increasing survival chances for the young. These behaviors have been documented in long-term projects such as the Amboseli Elephant Research Project. Their dry season movements, particularly in the greater Kruger area, reveal feeding and drinking sites that are revisited repeatedly, a reflection of spatial memory and matriarchal guidance. The ecological impact of elephants in the dry season is profound. They are ecosystem engineers. By breaking trees, stripping bark, and snapping branches, elephants open forest canopies, allowing sunlight to reach the ground and enabling saplings and understory plants to regenerate when the rains return. As elephant densities increase in the core of Kruger, herds begin expanding into the park's outer areas. This distribution relieves pressure on central vegetation and helps restore ecological balance in regions that were once underused. In contrast to the massive frame of the elephant, the steenbok and common duiker are small and easily concealed within the dry savanna. The steenbok stands about 45 to 54 centimeters at the shoulder and weighs around 9 to 13 kilograms for both males and females. Its reddish-brown coat, white underparts and inner legs, along with broad ears, help it pick up even the faintest sounds. The common duiker is slightly larger than the steenbok, with a sturdier build, sleek coat, bright eyes, and strong hind legs for leaping. These small antelopes, living solitarily or in pairs, are widespread across Kruger but often overlooked because of their size and shy nature. From May to September during the dry season, both species move nimbly between patches of short grass and low shrubs that remain. They usually forage at dawn or dusk when darkness lingers and temperatures are cooler. The steenbok is a selective browser, favoring forbs, young leaves, fruits, and even digging bulbs and tubers when green leaves are scarce. The common duiker chooses areas with thick cover and shrubs, sticking close to places with limited visibility while moving or feeding. When danger approaches, it hides in the thickets and sometimes freezes if a predator comes too near. The steenbok relies heavily on cover for defense. It stays hidden when threatened and bolts into dense brush if discovered. When fleeing, it runs in zigzags to make pursuit more difficult. It also uses scent from pre-orbital glands and secretions to mark its territory. The common duiker, on the other hand, may use its sharp hooves and small horns for defense if caught in a tight situation. When alarmed, it can release a nasal snort as a warning call. Mother duikers protect their young by hiding them in thick vegetation, returning only at night or at dawn to nurse, minimizing exposure to predators. The steenbok shows remarkable ability to survive without regular drinking water, relying on moisture-rich plants and digging roots and tubers when needed. It spends much of the day resting, ruminating, and grooming, feeding mostly in the early morning and late afternoon to avoid losing water in the heat. According to duiker behavior Kruger Park, common duikers follow similar patterns, increasing foraging at dawn and dusk, while minimizing midday movement to reduce predator encounters. A striking comparison emerges. The steenbok behaves more independently, living alone or in pairs with clearly defended territories. The common duiker tends to be found closer together in areas with heavy cover, though it rarely forms structured groups. The steenbok enforces strong territorial bonds through dung, urine, and gland marking, while the duiker relies more on concealment and speed when approached. Beyond their own survival, these two species help regulate shrub growth, check forb and shrub density, and prevent bush encroachment from overwhelming the grassland layer. They are also favored prey for leopard, hyena, serval, caracal, and martial eagle, linking multiple levels of predators in the dry season food web. Their foraging and movement through varied cover also aid in seed dispersal, influencing the distribution of smaller plants across the savanna. High above, the martial eagle spreads its wings, scanning the land below. As the largest eagle in Africa, the martial eagle glides silently across the dry skies of Kruger. With vision 3 to 4 times sharper than that of humans, it can spot prey as small as a steenbok, a duiker, or even a monkey from several hundred meters away. Once a target is chosen, it plunges like an arrow, striking with talons of immense strength. The dry season is when smaller animals emerge more often in search of water, providing ideal hunting opportunities for the eagle. But it must also stay alert. Hyenas and lions can steal its catch if it hesitates. The martial eagle's physique is a balance of power and agility. Its broad wings let it soar and ride thermal currents, conserving energy on hot days. Long legs tipped with formidable talons allow it to grip prey of many sizes, while its sharp, hooked beak tears easily through flesh. Females are generally larger than males, especially in wingspan and talon strength. Its hunting behavior is highly refined. According to the article Hungry for More, camera traps reveal martial eagle feeding behavior. Data from 2018 to 2022 used camera traps at nests to track what parents brought to chicks. In total, 44 different prey species were recorded. Monitor lizards and helmeted guinea fowl made up the bulk of the diet. When temperatures rose, martial eagles showed a preference for reptiles over birds when feeding chicks. Hunting usually takes place in the early morning or late afternoon when shadows soften and prey ventures out to drink. At times, the eagle ambushes from tall branches or hidden perches. When it dives, the stoop is long and angled, with its legs thrust forward like hooks to seize its prey. For animals too heavy to lift into trees, it eats on the ground or from a nearby stump. Defending a prey from other predators is always part of the challenge. Once it has caught something, the martial eagle must act quickly before hyenas or lions arrive. Many observations report hyenas rushing in to seize a carcass when the eagle lands or pauses to feed on the ground. Whenever possible, it clings to prey high on a perch to stay out of reach. It also avoids completely open ground, reducing the chance of being noticed by larger predators. Its life patterns shift clearly with the dry season. As water becomes scarce and prey must travel farther from cover, opportunities for the martial eagle to strike increase. It is counted among the Big Six birds of Kruger National Park, some of the most striking and iconic bird species in the region. Yet the martial eagle population in Kruger is declining. Research by the African Bird Club, citing data from the South African Bird Atlas, reports a drop of about 56% compared to earlier records. This decline may influence hunting behavior as increased competition for food emerges when predator numbers fall. Like another solitary and flexible hunter, the leopard waits in silence, hidden in the trees, watching each step of its prey. The leopard is Kruger's master of stealth and solitude. During the dry season, it makes use of the shade of open woodlands and thickets near dry riverbeds for ambush. After every hunt, the prey is dragged up into the branches to avoid theft, with leopards capable of hauling carcasses twice their own weight into the trees. They especially favor hunting impala, duiker, and even monkeys. The leopard's physique is a blend of grace and raw strength. A muscular back and powerful shoulders allow it to lift prey into trees. Its strong hind legs give it great leaping and climbing ability, while a long tail provides balance. Sharp claws and robust forelimbs work in perfect coordination when it launches from cover. Its rosette-patterned coat camouflages it against dry grasses and shrubs. Keen ears detect even the faintest sounds, and strong jaws finish the hunt with a bite to the neck or throat. Its dry season hunting strategy is sharp and precise. According to Kruger Park Facts, each leopard makes about 20 captures per year, totaling around 400 kilograms of meat, averaging 1 to 1.5 kilograms per day if evenly spread. At dawn or dusk, when smaller animals leave cover to seek water, the leopard is at its most active, choosing vantage points such as tree branches or thickets near streams to lie in wait. When close enough, it launches, a sudden pounce like an arrow, striking with claws and jaws. Spotted hyenas often arrive after a leopard has brought prey to the ground, trying to seize the carcass. Male leopards also clash over territory or when competing for a female during mating season. To minimize direct conflict, they mark territory with tree scratches and urine scent. Leopard activity patterns are strongly shaped by environment and human presence in the dry season. The 2025 study Dinner in the Dark, Factors Influencing Leopard Activity Patterns, showed that leopards in Kruger adjust their 24-hour schedules depending on the presence of walkers or vehicles. Research published on PLOS1 notes that moonlight plays a role as well. On bright nights, leopards hunt less because prey is more cautious, preferring darker nights for better success. A recent study in Scientific Reports in South Africa revealed that leopard densities average around 2.21 individuals per 100 square kilometers in areas with high human activity, provided there are no severe lethal control measures. Home ranges vary widely by sex, food availability, and cover. Males often hold territories many times larger than those of females under different habitat conditions. In Kruger, leopards occur across all landscapes, savanna, woodland, and riverine forest, often near water sources, provided there is cover to stalk without being exposed. Their dry season survival is a balance between hunting prey and avoiding theft. One fascinating trait is their ability to swim. When crossing streams or small rivers, often late in the dry season when water is concentrated, leopards will swim to reach hunting grounds or cover on the other side. They move less in the heat of midday, instead resting in tree shade or rocky shelters. They also groom themselves by chewing on roots or bark, cleaning their fur and reducing parasites. Another big cat that also hunts alone, also patterned with spots like the leopard, but this time the warrior's name is the cheetah. The cheetah's build is the essence of speed. A light frame, long legs, and a supple spine allow it to stretch and fold as it breaks into a sprint. Famed for reaching bursts of 110 to 120 kilometers per hour, the cheetah pays a heavy price for such speed. Its small head and relatively weaker jaws compared to the panthera cats are adapted for quick throat or neck bites, not for long holds, a design that reduces head weight during a chase. Its claws are semi-retractable, unlike the fully retractable claws of other cats. They are harder, always slightly exposed like cleats, maximizing traction with every stride. This is a design for acceleration, not climbing. Combined with wide paw pads and powerful Achilles tendons, each chase becomes a mechanical explosion. Its long tail acts like a living rudder, stabilizing sharp turns at high speed. According to a 2025 study on PubMed Central, cheetahs target adult prey more often when young animals are scarce during the dry season. They stalk at dawn or dusk when impalas, duicas, or monkeys step out of cover to find water. They use low cover such as tufts of grass and scattered bushes as ambush posts. Once the target is within a few dozen meters, the cheetah explodes into a pounce. Its top speed lasts only a few seconds, rarely beyond 400 to 500 meters, as exhaustion and rising body heat force it to stop. According to the Cheetah Conservation Fund and other ecological studies, this speed demands large lungs, wide nasal passages, and flexible abdominal muscles to allow extreme leaps and twists mid-chase. After the hunt, they must eat quickly, as their catches are easily stolen. Often, they feed fast and may leave behind large portions if the prey is too heavy to carry away. Mothers raising cubs use hidden shelters, teaching them how to hunt while avoiding confrontation. This is why cheetahs favor open grasslands with fewer trees and less competition. Their daily behavior is shaped by space and competition pressures, especially in the dry season. A study on Science Direct notes that habitat suitability for cheetahs in South Africa is strongly influenced by dry season rainfall. Wide grasslands remain their priority. Where habitat is fragmented or human presence is high, they are less visible during the day, instead active at night or in the very early morning to reduce risks. Their bodies are highly sensitive to stress. Long chases push their hearts to extreme rates, muscles fatigue rapidly, and body heat spikes immediately after a pounce, demanding rest before another hunt. They recover by lying in shade or on cool ground, and without enough recovery, their hunting success drops sharply. Cheetahs also carry the legacy of two severe genetic bottlenecks, one around 100,000 years ago and another about 12,000 years ago at the end of the Ice Age. These collapses stripped away genetic diversity. Modern cheetahs carry extremely low variation in their genes, leaving them prone to stress, vulnerable to disease, and highly sensitive to environmental changes. In Kruger, according to the Cheetah Metapopulation Project, their numbers hover only in the dozens, depending on prey conditions and competition from larger predators. The smaller predators of the savanna have their own strategies and ranges. The puff adder is the snake responsible for more human bites than any other in Africa. Well camouflaged, it often lies motionless on paths or in the dry grass of Kruger. When someone accidentally steps on it, the puff adder responds with a hiss and an S-shaped coil as a warning before striking. Its large, hinged front fangs drive venom deep into tissue. The venom is primarily cytotoxic, causing severe swelling and tissue damage if untreated. The puff adder's body is built for both strike and defense. Thick-bodied, brown or yellow in hue, with chevron markings that blend into leaves, soil and rock, it can reach a length of about 1.5 meters. Its heavy body moves slowly. Speed is not its strength. Surprise is. A broad triangular head houses venom glands, while its small eyes remain sensitive to light and ground vibrations. Puff adders take shelter in rodent burrows, beneath rocks, or hidden in thick grass and shrubs. They are most active in the early morning and cooler hours of the late afternoon. They hunt by ambush, waiting for small mammals, birds, or lizards to pass before striking with extreme speed. Puff adders are viviparous. According to Kruger National Park reptiles, females carry their young instead of laying eggs, usually giving birth at the end of the rainy season, just before the height of the dry months. Litters of 20 to 40 offspring are common. The puff adder relies on concealment to avoid detection. After a strike, it quickly withdraws to escape predators or people. Its survival depends on staying hidden, striking at the right moment, and inhabiting areas with sufficient cover. Kruger National Park is called the Kingdom of Reptiles, so it would be impossible not to mention the Nile crocodile. When the Letaba or Sabi rivers shrink, crocodiles simply lie still in the mud, waiting for prey to come and drink. One snap is enough to pull a wildebeest into the water with no way back. The bite force of a large crocodile has been measured at over 5,000 psi. Their jaws close with tremendous strength, but their opening force is weak. They often lie with jaws ajar, striking with explosive speed when the moment comes. They can go without food for months, as a single successful ambush can sustain them for long stretches. Their dry season rhythm follows a clear cycle. As river levels drop, Crocodiles remain mostly motionless during the day to conserve energy and avoid overheating. They ambush in the early morning or late afternoon when animals arrive to drink or cross the water's edge, though their primary diet is fish. When waters recede and mammals come closer to drink, crocodiles seize the opportunity. Young wildebeest, small antelope, and birds standing near the banks are especially vulnerable. After a strike, crocodiles may drag prey onto shore or keep it half submerged, eating whenever they can while avoiding hyenas or wild dogs that might scavenge. They can also work together when the prey is too large for one. Groups surround a catch, sometimes competing, sometimes aiding one another in tearing it apart. Their breeding cycle is tied to the rains. Females lay eggs in the wet season or at its end, with incubation lasting 60 to 90 days. Hatchlings emerge as the waters rise again. Crocodiles are highly sensitive to the decline of water quality. Disease, pollution, and reduced water flow affect fish and aquatic life, their main food source. The study Degradation of the Crocodile Population in the Oliphant's River Gorge recorded mass die-offs during the dry season linked to outbreaks of disease or contamination. Despite their reputation as fearsome predators, Nile crocodiles can also fall prey. Freshly hatched young are hunted by marabou storks, monitor lizards, side-striped jackals, and even soft-shelled turtles, all lurking around nesting grounds. Lions, hunting as a pride, have also been observed targeting smaller crocodiles or elderly individuals basking too far from the water. From their throne as river rulers, the Nile crocodiles too face the unforgiving rules of the wild food chain. Unlike the hunters above, the king of the savannah is a social predator and the only big cat that lives in prides. That unity gives them the courage to even challenge other hunters, such as the Nile crocodile. The lion is the largest cat in Africa. Males can weigh up to 225 kilograms, while females range from 110 to 150 kilograms. With muscular bodies and powerful forelimbs, they can bring down prey twice their size. The thick mane around a male's neck not only gives him a majestic look, but also serves as protection. In battles over territory or while defending the pride, the mane shields the neck and shoulders, the places most often struck by serious bites. Males with darker manes are preferred by females as they tend to have higher testosterone levels and recover more quickly from injuries. The mane also acts as a visual signal to rivals of strength and resilience. Lions are the only cats to live in prides. A pride usually consists of 2 to more than 10 members, mostly lionesses and cubs, led by 1 to 3 adult males. The males guard the territory and protect the cubs, while the lionesses are the main hunters. Every member of the pride has a clear role. Lionesses hunt in groups, coordinating to surround and bring down large prey. Males often use brute force against tougher opponents, such as African buffalo. Each pride roams across a wide area, but they defend water sources during the dry season as if they were lifelines. In daily life, lions spend most of their time resting under trees. They are most active at dusk and through the night. A lion's roar can travel up to 8 kilometers, both to mark territory and to connect with pride members. Cubs are born after about 110 days of pregnancy, usually 1 to 4 per litter. Lionesses raise them alone for the first few weeks, keeping them hidden deep in the bush to avoid predators and strange males. When old enough, they are introduced to the pride. The young lions learn to hunt by watching their mothers and aunts, before joining hunts at about 2 years of age. The dry season in Kruger National Park becomes a stage for intense hunts. As the savanna cracks and dries, water turns into unavoidable gathering points for migratory herds such as blue wildebeest and plains zebra. Lions take advantage of this, ambushing at shallow pools or along the Sabi and Letaba rivers. They choose well-trodden paths where prey frequently comes to drink. Hunts often occur at dawn or beneath the moonlight. The pride spreads out in the darkness, encircling prey, a perfect trap. If successful, males usually feed first, followed by lionesses, and lastly the cubs. But if they fail, the pride may go hungry for days. Even large animals like giraffes, buffalo, or young elephants sometimes fall within reach if the pride is large and coordinated enough. A study published in Siabonga, Africa, showed that males and females favor different prey. Lionesses usually target medium-sized animals such as impala or young wildebeest, while males go after larger prey such as buffalo. This difference reduces competition within the pride and raises overall hunting success. In Kruger's ecosystem, lions play a vital role in regulating herbivore populations. By targeting the weak, the old, or the young in migratory herds, they help maintain the genetic health of prey populations. Their presence also forces other species to alter behavior, migration routes, and feeding times, shaping the flow of energy and ecological ripple effects across the system. Where lion tracks are found, every creature lower in the food chain is cautious. Yet lions in Kruger are under mounting pressure. A 2023 report from Africa Geographic noted that in Nksanetseni North, including Pafuri and Shingwedzi, only about 122 lions remain across 5,162 square kilometers. Surveys by the Endangered Wildlife Trust show numbers may have dropped by as much as 63% over the past 18 years due to human conflict, loss of prey, and broken wildlife corridors. Lions often lose captures to competition from hyenas, leopards, and even human scavengers. According to the 2024 PLOS-1 study, human procurement of meat from lion, Panthera leo, kills, people taking meat from lion kills can significantly reduce the energy budget of the cats. Spotted hyenas often sneak in after lions have brought down prey, trying to steal the carcass. Sometimes lions must drag prey into cover or even stash them in trees to avoid theft. Their hunting success rates are not high. According to Kruger Park facts, lions feed about every 3 to 4 days, meaning they do not succeed with every hunt. The outcome depends on many factors: pride size, prey type, terrain, grass height, and time of day. For example, in tall grass or under bright moonlight, prey detect them sooner, lowering success. In short, grass or at dawn and dusk, their chances improve. In Kruger's dry season, as waterholes shrink and prey must gather at fewer spots, success may increase slightly since prey has fewer hiding places. The king of the savannah still holds the throne, but the kingdom itself changes with each passing day. The spotted hyena is one of the main challengers in the lion's hunting arena. Far from being just scavengers, spotted hyenas have their own hunting strategies. They organize night hunts, chasing prey until exhaustion before tearing it apart with their powerful jaws. Especially when lions are absent, hyenas rise as rulers of the carcass world. The appearance of the spotted hyena reflects its role in both hunting and competition. Their jaws are extremely strong, with developed carnassial teeth that can crush bone. An adult weighs between 45 and 70 kilograms. Their spotted coat and hunched posture make them hard to detect in the dark. Pointed ears and strong forelimbs help them hold prey or drag carcasses. Their social behavior is highly distinctive. They live in a matriarchal system, with females leading groups and gaining priority access to food. Clans may include from a few to more than 30 individuals. During the dry season, they hunt at night and in the early morning to avoid the heat, gathering near waterholes where wildebeest or impalas must come. In large hunts, hyenas work together in smaller groups to take down agile prey such as zebras or duikers. When lions are not around, hyenas take advantage. According to Kruger Gate Hotel, hyenas in Kruger can hunt up to 50 to 70% of their own food, with the rest coming from carcasses or stolen catches. They also carry food back to dens to feed their young during the dry months. They constantly clash with other predators in the harsh survival race. When facing lions, hyenas retreat if outnumbered, but when their numbers are greater, they boldly circle back to claim the catch. Leopards are not spared either. If they delay dragging prey into trees, hyenas can strip it clean in minutes. With African wild dogs, competition is even fiercer. Hyenas often trail them, waiting for the moment to rush in and seize the entire meal just as the prey goes down. Like lions and hyenas, unity within the pack is the key to survival for wild dogs. They do not ambush, they chase to the very end. This species is believed to have the highest hunting success rate in Kruger, around 70 to 90%, according to Africa Wild Dog Facts: diet, habitat, and conservation. Their society is matriarchal, with females holding leadership roles. The wild dog's body is built for speed and endurance. Long legs, low shoulders, and a light frame keep them agile, with adults weighing about 20 to 30 kilograms. Their large round ears help release heat, while thin fur and a white-tipped tail act as a visual signal to pack members during the chase. They are most active in the early morning and late afternoon to avoid the scorching sun of the dry season. Packs range from just a few individuals to more than a dozen, working together with strategy. When wildebeest or impalas migrate, wild dogs shadow them and strike when prey gathers at waterholes, where cover is scarce and detection is easier. They rarely hunt solo. Cooperation raises their success and reduces risk. Their hunting style is pure endurance. When targeting an impala or a young wildebeest, a pack begins with a quiet approach, then bursts into a sprint, splitting formation to isolate a target. When the prey weakens, from thirst, distance, or fatigue, they close in. Once brought down, the wild dogs tear the carcass and share the meal. If needed, mothers and other pack members carry food back to dens for the pups. This ensures that weaker members also have a chance to survive. Despite being among the most efficient hunters, African wild dogs remain scarce in Kruger. They require vast territories, which often leads to conflict with humans at the park's edges. Infectious diseases, especially canine distemper and rabies, have further weakened populations. On top of that, wild dogs frequently face road accidents, snares, or persecution from farmers when they roam beyond protected zones. Which hunting style among today's warriors impresses you the most? Share your choice in the comments. After the dramatic hunts come, the patient waits of the white-backed vulture. Soaring high with sharp vision, this species is often the first to spot a carcass. Studies show that when an animal dies, Gyps africanus usually arrives before other vulture species if the area is open and tall trees are available for perching. When landing swiftly, they tear open the carcass's belly, creating access for other scavengers. Though they do not hunt, they play a crucial role in cleaning the savanna, preventing disease from spreading. Just a faint scent of decay is enough to draw flocks from the horizon. During the dry season, white-backed vultures increase their search for large carcasses such as wildebeest or buffalo. They ride thermal currents to soar high with minimal energy use, scanning vast ground below from hundreds of meters up. According to Wiley Online Library, their ability to detect carcasses depends heavily on shrub and low tree cover. The more open the land, the greater their advantage in spotting remains quickly. They often perch motionless in tall trees or on broad branches, watching until certain the carcass is fresh before descending. At fresh carcasses, they tear into soft tissues to reach organs first, after which other vulture species, hyenas and jackals, move in for outer meat and skin. Chicks are raised in nests built in tall riverside trees, locations in Kruger that avoid flooding and reduce predator threats. In May 2025, a poisoned elephant carcass at Mahlangeni, Kruger caused the death of 123 vultures, including 102 white-backed vultures. 84 individuals were saved thanks to the rapid response of SANPARKS and the Endangered Wildlife Trust. Research by Mern and Botha warns that if just one poisoned elephant carcass goes untreated every 2 years, white-backed vultures in Kruger could vanish within 50 to 60 years. Poisoning during breeding season is especially devastating since this species lays only a single egg per year. Early detection and rapid cleanup of poison events are vital to securing their survival. The lappet-faced vulture also never misses the final feasts of Kruger. Larger and fiercer, this bare-faced vulture has a tremendously strong beak, capable of tearing through thick flesh and breaking the hides of dead buffalo or elephants. It usually arrives after the first vultures to find the carcass, but it decides who gets access to the tougher remains. The lappet-faced vulture is a highly competitive scavenger, able to drive off hawks or even smaller hyenas. They perch on tall trees or circle near carcasses to watch. Their combat behavior is mostly intimidation, hissing, wing spreading, but if necessary, they lunge forward aggressively to push smaller hyenas or jackals away from the carcass. The lappet-faced vulture also lays just one egg per year, usually in tall trees such as acacias or other trees with wide vantage views to avoid disturbance. Both parents build the nest together, with incubation lasting about 54 to 56 days. According to AZ Animals, chicks fledge after about 4 to 5 months, but remain dependent on their parents for longer. Less frequently seen, but still one of the park's standout cleaners, is the Cape vulture. They are often drawn to large carcasses on open savannas or hillside slopes where sparse trees make it easier to detect remains early. This species prefers cliffs and rocky slopes for nesting and roosting, particularly in western Kruger, with records of colonies near Blueberg and higher mountain regions. The Cape vulture has a strong beak and a bare neck that allows it to clean out organs and reach tough areas, such as thick skin and cartilage, that smaller vultures cannot tear. Its plumage is pale cream mixed with brown, with darker tones on the back and tail, making it easy to spot when soaring high. Unlike the more combative lappet-faced vulture, Cape vultures are less aggressive. They can share perches and often feed in groups, defending large carcasses collectively against hyenas or smaller scavengers. Though fewer in number compared to the other two vulture species, their role in the scavenger guild is essential. Protecting cliffside nesting sites and ensuring access to uncontaminated carcasses are critical for maintaining their ecological contribution. Rainy season runs from October to April, bringing heavy humidity and sudden afternoon storms. The parched savanna slowly turns green, waterholes refill, and the air becomes saturated with moisture. All of this rests on the ancient geology of the Kapval Kraton, one of the oldest and most stable continental foundations in the world. From this base, Kruger unfolds into diverse terrain, from the granite hillsides in the west to the alluvial plains in the east. Ancient rivers cutting across the park hold water effectively, supporting the rebirth of the entire ecosystem. Temperatures range from 18 to 40 degrees Celsius, depending on the time of day. The rainy season brings abundance, but territorial instincts are never set aside. As the grasses of Kruger spring back after heavy rains, the Cape buffalo emerges like a moving black fortress across the savanna. An adult male can weigh between 500 and 900 kilograms, stand up to 1.7 meters tall, and measure over 3.4 meters in length. Their thick, curved horns join at the forehead into a boss that acts like a shield. These horns become weapons during the rut, when males clash head-on with immense force to win the right to mate. The rut peaks in March, just as grasses turn green and water returns in plenty. Breeding happens mostly at this time. Gestation lasts about 330 to 340 days. Calves are usually born between January and April, just after the rains ease, when grasses remain lush enough to provide nourishment for both mother and young. Each calf is protected by the entire herd, placed in the center of a circle of adults. Buffalo feed as bulk grazers. They consume 18 to 25 kilograms of grass daily, depending on size. Early morning or late afternoon is ideal feeding time when grass still holds dew. With water spread across the savanna, buffalo drink 30 to 40 liters a day and seek cool spots to wallow or cover themselves in mud. The mud acts as insect repellent, coolant, and skincare all at once. But the rainy season brings more than food. It also brings threats. Lions often lie in wait near rivers where buffalo gather to drink. Nile crocodiles lurk in the murky waters. When threatened, buffalo rarely flee. Instead, the herd rallies together, organizing defenses. The strongest males charge with horns, while mothers hold the perimeter, forming a shield around calves in the center. This social instinct is the herd's greatest strength. Their structure is clear, united, and alert. Every calf belongs to the herd. When moving, they keep a crescent formation, with the weak held inside. They remember old paths, familiar waterholes, and follow seasonal rain-driven migrations year after year. Buffalo also play a major ecological role. Their dung enriches soil, sparking regrowth of grasses. The paths they carve form corridors for other species. Where buffalo have drunk, wildebeest and zebras often alter their own routes, since predators tend to follow the herds. Yet in Kruger, buffalo also serve as reservoirs for bovine tuberculosis. Infected individuals can live for years while spreading bacteria. They also carry foot and mouth disease, thalaria, and can contract Rift Valley fever. When the next dry season comes and buffalo crowd tightly around scarce waterholes, the risk of disease transmission rises sharply. The rivers where buffalo wallow are also the realm of the hippo. When the Sabi, Oliphants, and other rivers swell after heavy rains, the hippopotamus becomes the lord of the waters. By day, they immerse themselves in deep pools or quiet stretches of river. By night, they leave the water to graze, sometimes traveling 5 to 10 kilometers in search of fresh grass. The rainy season expands their range as countless new pools appear. Though a creature of water, the hippo cannot swim. They do not float naturally but move by walking along the riverbed. This makes them avoid deep sections without a firm bottom. If they wander into waters too deep, unable to stand or turn back in time, they can drown. Even when giving birth, mothers choose shallow, still waters for safety, both for themselves and their newborns. The hippo's appearance reveals its hidden strength. Their skin is smooth, hairless, and thin beneath a thick outer epidermis. It secretes a creamy pink fluid that acts as natural sunscreen. Their eyes, ears, and nostrils are set high on the head so they can breathe, watch, and listen while submerged. Their lifestyle is centered on water. Most of the day is spent submerged to avoid the sun and keep skin moist. They rest or sleep in the water or along the banks, coming ashore to graze at night or in the early morning while grasses are still damp. When grass near the banks runs low, males may travel farther. Reproduction and rivalry can be intense. Mating happens in the water, and both males and females are strongly territorial around pools, especially when young are present. Calves are born underwater or at the water's edge in safe spots. Males compete for mating rights with clashes that display size, tusks, and threatening displays. In the rainy season, when waters rise, safe shelter becomes more important since lions or crocodiles may ambush in shallows. In terms of diet, hippos are semi-aquatic grazers. They leave the water at night to graze, feeding mostly on short grasses near riverbanks or damp meadows. According to the African Wildlife Foundation, a hippo can consume about 40 kilograms of vegetation in a single night's forage. With the rains, grasses spread everywhere, reducing travel distances when food is nearby. But if not, they will still journey far. The rainy season breathes life into every corner of Kruger, and among those renewed are the mighty yet sensitive rhinos. In Kruger National Park, two great species, the white rhino and the black rhino, share the same land but live in very different ways. They are close relatives, yet they choose opposite lifestyles. When the rains arrive, grasses revive and pools spread across the savanna. The lives of both species surge with renewed vigor. The white rhino is massive, calm, and social, weighing between 2 and 2.5 tons and stretching up to 4 meters in length. It is the second largest land mammal after the elephant. Its broad, square-shaped mouth is made for grazing, nearly hairless. With thick gray-brown skin, its small eyes and swiveling ears keep constant watch. They often live in groups of 2 to 6, usually females with calves or younger males. Their favored habitat is open grassland near rivers or streams where food and water are plentiful. The black rhino is smaller, solitary, and secretive. It weighs 800 to 1,400 kilograms with a more compact body and a distinctive arched back. Its pointed, flexible upper lip is designed for browsing, picking leaves, twigs, and fruit from shrubs and woodlands. They move alone, quietly threading through thickets. When confronted by humans or lions, they do not back down. Their fiery temper makes them difficult to approach in the wild. Both species tie their breeding cycles to the rains. Mating usually begins after the first downpours when fresh grass rises. The white rhino carries its young for 16 to 17 months, giving birth to a single calf. The black rhino also produces just one calf, but with a slower cycle, every 2.5 to 3 years. The rainy season makes rearing easier, with food in abundance, water close at hand, and gentler temperatures. Mothers keep calves close, steering them away from risk. Feeding behaviors separate the two clearly. The white rhino is a bulk grazer, eating short, cellulose-rich grasses mostly in early mornings and late afternoons. Each individual consumes 20 to 25 kilograms of grass daily during the rains. They often wallow in mud to cool off, keep flies away, and clean their skin. The black rhino, by contrast, is a browser, feeding on leaves, twigs, and bark. Conflict and defense are part of their lives. Male white rhinos mark territories with dung and urine, confronting intruders with displays or horn clashes. Black rhinos mark less, but are quick to charge if they feel threatened. Both must be wary of lions, especially for calves. Rare but recorded, a pride has occasionally taken down a rhino calf if its mother was distracted. The rains greatly expand their ranges. For white rhinos, female ranges can stretch to 25 square kilometers. Black rhinos roam even wider since browse is more scattered, a pattern confirmed in surveys of southern Kruger published in Mammalian Biology. As the savanna greens, their movements increase, but so do encounters with threats, from crocodiles at riverbanks to the shadows of poachers. Human pressure remains a constant weight. According to Reuters 2025, rhino poaching in Kruger dropped to 88 individuals, a 16% decrease from the previous year thanks to strict anti-poaching measures. Even so, the black rhino remains critically endangered due to its small population, slow breeding rate, and shrinking habitat. Both species remain prime targets of the horn trade, a grim reality threatening their long-term survival. The rainy season in Kruger is also the stage for bursts of new life. Every year at the start of the rains, nearly all female impalas in Kruger give birth within just a few weeks. The newborn calves, still shaky on their legs, are running within hours. It is a biological marvel, synchronized births that overwhelm predators and reveal nature's instinct to protect life. Impalas are a favored prey species, especially for leopards, which makes this synchronized birthing all the more vital. Their build is slender and elegant, with long, sharp legs, a reddish-brown back that fades lighter on the sides, and a cream belly. Males carry gracefully curved horns with ridged rings that catch the light. Adults weigh about 45 to 65 kilograms and stand around 90 centimeters at the shoulder. In the rainy season, impalas gather around water sources and open grasslands. They move in large herds to reduce predation risk. Activity peaks in the early mornings and late afternoons, when the air is cool, misty, or fresh after rains and grasses are lush. Their feeding behavior shows them as mixed feeders, browsing shrubs and grazing grasses alike. In southern Kruger, they consume more grass, while in the north, browse makes up more of their diet. The abundance of forage after rains reduces the time and distance they must travel to feed. Survival depends on defense and vigilance. Calves are shielded tightly within the herd, while males and older individuals hold the outer circle. If a leopard approaches, impalas respond with bursts of speed and sudden direction changes. Wild dogs, spotted hyenas, and leopards all target impala calves as easier prey. Primates also take advantage of the short-term abundance of food during Kruger's rainy season, and the chacma baboon is a prime example. Carrying their young across the savanna, chacma baboons forage while keeping a constant watch for leopards. Their appearance is a mix of strength and agility. Males can weigh 20 to 30 kilograms with muscular builds and strong forelimbs suited for climbing, though most of their time is spent on the ground. Their coats are thick, brown to gray, with alert ears that twitch at any hint of danger. Deep-set eyes and tense lips reveal alarm when they spot a predator or hear rustling leaves. Life in the rainy season is full of activity. With grasses sprouting and fruits ripening after the rains, baboons gather in large troops to forage. They rise early while mist still lingers, seeking young leaves, fruits, insects, and at times even small carcasses. Their defensive instincts are strong. Infants are kept in the troop's center, while larger individuals and older males form a protective ring. Females often give the alarm calls. When a leopard approaches, sharp cries erupt. The troop scatters quickly, vanishing into cover. Their feeding behavior is highly adaptable. According to a 2024 Science Direct study, baboons adjust their diet depending on greenery and moisture. When plant foods are abundant, they focus on fruits and fresh leaves. When rains are weaker, they supplement with insects or other small protein sources. Baboons also travel widely. Their foraging range expands when grasses and fruiting trees flourish. Another primate and a common resident of Kruger's woodlands is the vervet monkey. Perched on rain-soaked branches, vervets become the silent sentinels of the canopy. Their appearance is distinctive. Males weigh around 6 kilograms and measure nearly 1.1 meters in total length, while females are smaller, at about 4 kilograms. They have slender frames, silver-gray fur, and striking black faces. White fur accents their limbs and tails, while nimble hands and feet give them agility. Bright eyes and alert ears help them detect movement in the foliage and undergrowth. Life in the rainy season grows lively. As the rains fall and plants fruit once more, food becomes abundant. Fruits, young leaves, flowers, seeds, and insects. Vervets spend much of their time moving through the trees, leaping branch to branch. Early mornings and late afternoons are their busiest hours, when temperatures are cool and the light is soft. Their feeding behavior shows flexibility. Most of their diet is plant-based, fruits, young leaves, flowers, but they will also take insects or bird eggs if available. According to PMC, the contrast between dry and wet seasons is clear. During the rains, vervets increase their intake of fruits and young leaves, while reducing their reliance on insect food. Defense is instinctive, from the youngest to the oldest. When they spot a leopard or eagle, vervets sound distinct alarm calls, warnings for the entire troop. Research published on PubMed shows that when they hear a leopard's call, they run up into the trees. At the sound of an eagle, they look skyward. At the sound of a snake, they crouch low to the ground. Young monkeys are kept safe in the troop's center, while larger individuals take the outside positions, keeping watch just as chacma baboons do. Alongside Kruger's primates, the brilliant birds of the rainy season are equally unforgettable. The lilac-breasted roller is often called the unofficial national bird of many African countries. Widespread in Kruger, they perform acrobatic flights and rolling dives to attract mates, a courtship style unlike any other in the bird world. The rainy season is their time for breeding and for hunting flying insects. They are easiest to spot on bright mornings after a night of rain. The lilac-breasted roller's appearance is striking. Brown eyes, a strong, slightly hooked bill, and a pale green-blue head balanced on a short neck. A brown back contrasts with wings and flight feathers that glow violet and electric blue. The breast shines with vivid lilac, while the underbelly fades into soft sky blue. The tail carries slightly elongated outer feathers, and males and females look almost identical in color. Their hunting activity peaks in the rainy season. Rollers perch on branches or dead tree stumps, scanning both ground and sky. When they spot grasshoppers, beetles, or flying insects, they swoop down in a rapid dive, snatch the prey, and return to the perch to feed. Occasionally, they take lizards or small amphibians when available. According to the Kruger Park Bird Guide, rollers nest in natural tree cavities or in old termite mounds. They sometimes occupy abandoned holes left by woodpeckers or kingfishers. Clutches usually hold 2 to 4 eggs, incubated for 22 to 24 days by both parents. Territorial behavior becomes obvious in the breeding season. Pairs defend nesting areas fiercely, often combining dramatic aerial roles with loud calls to attract mates and warn rivals away. The red-billed hornbill also stands out, small in size, yet full of restless activity. When the rainy season arrives, the entire Kruger ecosystem feels renewed. That is also when the red-billed hornbill begins its most vibrant survival cycle of the year. With its distinctive long, curved red bill, striking black and white plumage, and quick, lively gait, it is easy to spot among the savanna grasslands or in the thickets. This bird may stand only about 25 to 30 centimeters tall, but its curious nature keeps it busy almost the entire day. During the rainy season, as insects and larvae multiply, the red-billed hornbill becomes especially active. It often walks on the ground, rummaging through grass, or climbs into low branches to hunt. Early mornings after a night of rain are the best time to see them. When the soil is still damp, insects are exposed and easy to catch. One fascinating trait is that the red-billed hornbill often forages near monkey or baboon troops, such as chacma baboons. As these larger animals move about, they stir up insects, creating the perfect chance for the hornbill to snatch them. It is also worth noting that this bird was the inspiration for the character Zazu in Disney's film The Lion King. But in real life, the red-billed hornbill is even more remarkable, an essential link in the web of insect predation, helping control pests and maintaining ecological balance during the breeding season. When the rainy season begins, the softened soil and the flush of grass and plants create a landscape teeming with life. The sudden abundance of food sources such as insects, larvae, flowers, and fresh leaves triggers more intense foraging activity in the Kruger bustard. The study Seasonal Dynamics of Herbivorous and Predatory Insects in Kruger National Park recorded up to 65,593 moths and around 3,511 mantises from the start to the end of the rainy season. Insects increase significantly with the rains. During this season, the Kruger bustard often moves farther and expands its activity range in search of food and nesting sites. In semi-arid areas, the rains improve vegetation cover, providing shelter when disturbed or shade during the midday heat. According to the BDI, this bird is most often seen in dry, open savanna, where annual rainfall ranges from 100 to 600 millimeters, favoring flat terrain with riverine trees or small trees for shade. Breeding is usually tied to the rainy season. Eggs are laid when food is plentiful, giving higher chances of success. With the rains, abundant nutrition allows the female to lay and incubate. Nests are placed on the ground, hidden in short grass or beside small shrubs, reducing the risk of being spotted. When the midday heat rises or heavy showers fall, the Kori bustard rests in the shade of trees to avoid extreme conditions. However, challenges persist. Edge habitat changes and expanding infrastructure around protected areas can shrink its feeding grounds even during the rains. Data from the Red List South Africa notes that regional populations have shown signs of decline over 3 generations, equal to about 47 years, due to habitat loss, hunting, and collisions with power lines. Meanwhile, perched on the wooden branches, the woodland kingfisher quietly scans the savanna, just awakening after a night of rain. With its striking bright blue plumage, white breast, and a bold red and black bill, this bird is always easy to recognize from afar. Although it belongs to the kingfisher family, the woodland kingfisher does not eat fish. Instead, its menu consists of flying insects, larvae, spiders, and occasionally small lizards. The woodland kingfisher is one of the first migratory birds to return to Kruger National Park at the start of the rainy season. Its sharp, ringing call often echoes right after the first rains, high, clear, and repetitive, like church bells carrying across the savanna. That call is regarded as a true signal that the rainy season has begun. They prefer sparse woodlands or areas near water. During breeding, males and females usually form short-term pairs. The male performs aerial dives and sings loudly to attract a mate, a courtship display that is both dazzling and energetic. They nest in hollow tree cavities or in holes abandoned by woodpeckers. When feeding, the woodland kingfisher watches from a high perch, then plunges down like an arrow to seize its prey. The rainy season brings a burst of insects, creating a feast of food for this small bird. With sharp eyes, precise timing, and swift dives, it rarely lets its prey slip away. The rainy season here draws in long-distance migrants, such as the European bee-eater. Flying thousands of miles from Europe, this brilliantly colored bird returns to Kruger just in time for the rains and breeding. Each precise snap in midair feels like watching a natural-born artist, graceful, skilled, and perfectly timed. In their world, breeding is not just duty, it is an expression of sacred beauty. The appearance of the European bee-eater is unmistakable. The head and nape glow chestnut, the throat shines bright yellow, and a bold black eye stripe contrasts with the turquoise back. The wings and tail are long, with tail streamers that add flair in flight. It weighs only around 44 to 78 grams, with a total length of 27 to 30 centimeters. Its vivid plumage enhances visual signaling when the softened light of the rainy season glimmers across the savanna. Its life cycle shows the art of timing and migration. The European bee-eater appears in Kruger between October and April, seeking open savannas, riverbanks, or sandy embankments where it digs tunnels to nest. They live in colonies, a series of nest tunnels carved into vertical sandy banks where they lay their eggs. Feeding behavior revolves around aerial hunting. They perch high, then dive to snatch bees, wasps, and other flying insects. When capturing prey with stingers, they rub the insect to remove the sting before swallowing. The rainy season delivers an abundance of insects. Humid weather sparks an explosion of hatching. According to the BDI 2024, European bee-eaters are widespread across southern Africa during this insect-rich season, most actively hunting in the mornings and late afternoons. The struggle for survival would not be complete without bird hunters like the Nile monitor lizard. This reptile can reach nearly 2 meters in the largest specimens. Its skin is patterned with dark scales and yellow bands or spots, while the muscular body, strong limbs and long tail provide balance when crossing water. Its bright eyes, slightly flattened head and sharp snout allow it to tear into bird nests or crack open eggs. The Nile monitor's lifestyle is closely tied to water. As rains swell rivers, swamps and floodplains, the banks come alive with their activity. They bask along river edges, using sprouts and fallen logs as resting spots. With new water sources, they become more active in daylight, hunting as insect swarms, larvae, chicks, and eggs abound. Feeding behavior blends active hunting with opportunism. Nile monitors consume crocodile eggs, insects, carrion, small birds, and chicks. During waterbird breeding season, they raid nests for eggs or young. They roam the land, wade through water, and can climb low trees when needed. Defense is instinctive. When threatened, they often dash into the water or dive to the bottom to escape predators. Their powerful tail is swung as a whip if an enemy comes too close. Claws grip rocks or trees firmly, while sharp teeth are strong enough to tear flesh or crack shells. According to Sanbi's Animal of the Week, Nile monitors nest in riverbanks, marsh edges, or abandoned burrows. If the soil is softened after rains, they may dig into termite mounds to lay several dozen eggs. Yet behind the raw intensity of the survival struggle, Kruger National Park, the very emblem of South Africa's wild heritage, is slipping into a quiet, ecological crisis. The lush green surface hides a multitude of problems spreading beneath. The elephant population reached about 31,300 individuals in 2020, rising 5 to 6% each year according to Africa Geographic. But behind that seeming prosperity lies a depleted vegetation system. Towering trees are falling, young shoots cannot grow. Rivers that once pulsed as lifelines are now weakening. PubMed reports that the Olifants and Crocodile rivers have suffered severe degradation due to agricultural runoff, mining and wastewater. The Sabi and Luvuvu rivers still hold relatively better quality, yet their channels are narrowing, like arteries in a body starved of oxygen. On the forest edges, resorts multiply, city lights bleed into the night. Animal behavior shifts, the wilderness grows humanized. Tourism pressure stretches the environment further. In 2025, Reuters reported 88 rhinos poached within Kruger. An elephant poisoning led to the loss of more than 120 vultures in a single event, according to AP News. Wire snares spread, threatening apex predators, as noted by Science Direct. Kruger now feels like a symphony of nature disrupted, where its fragile harmony is slowly unraveling. To keep this grand symphony from shattering entirely, the South African government, SANPARKS, and international partners have launched a series of strong interventions. Since 2024, SANParks has required all lodges inside Kruger National Park to adjust their lighting design according to the Green Building Council of South Africa standards to reduce light pollution. Outdoor lights must be shielded, directed downward, and kept from spilling into the wilderness. Tourist routes have been restructured under a zoning model. Ecologically sensitive areas are now heavily restricted from construction and visitor flow. To regulate the African elephant population, artificial waterholes have been shut down. This encourages herds to move seasonally, easing pressure on the forests. At the park's borders, beehive fences are being used as a biological barrier to keep elephants out of villages. For rhinoceroses, more than 2,284 individuals were dehorned between 2017 and 2023, reducing poaching cases by up to 78%, even though illegal losses remain significant. In Kruger, 90 rhino monitors are deployed each year to track movements and safeguard individuals. Some rhinos have even had radioactive isotopes placed in their horns to increase detection at airports and border crossings. All these measures are now integrated into Kruger's long-term conservation plan through 2028, with cooperation between SANPARKS, the South African government, and international organizations. And if you've ever set foot in Kruger yourself, don't hesitate to share your knowledge and experiences in the comments below. Your voice can inspire and fuel the conservation efforts that protect wildlife and ecosystems for generations to come. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss the next chapter of our wild adventures. Or continue following the survival journeys of wildlife in other regions at Wild Animals. Zakuma Reborn, Survival in the Ashes of the Wild, or Wild Serengeti. Rulers of Ndutu, Grumeti, and Olduvai.